Guys, welcome to the next topic. The topic is exclusives. Now, I'm sure you guys are well aware, if you follow any gaming news, Scalebound, a Microsoft exclusive that was announced back in 2004, has actually been cancelled. When we saw it in 2004...
Yeah, what did they say at E3 for Scalebound?
Yeah,
with the release stuff?
It looked pretty finished, didn't it, when we saw it at E3?
Yep, it looked like an awesome game.
It looked like an awesome game, Skyrim exclusively for the Xbox. And for some reason, the reasons are still unsure, we can only speculate. My speculation is the developer actually fell out with Microsoft over the exclusivity rights. As the game is so far on in production, I can't see any other reason why it would stop.
Yeah.
And that brings us on to the question, really, are exclusives still a valid idea in today's gaming?
Nah, I don't think they should have ever been a thing in the first place. I mean, I understand why the companies want them, for that competitive edge over the competition, you know, the console wars, but I hate console exclusives.
Yeah, no, I'm in the same boat. They can really damage a company if they don't pan out.
If, say, Sony have outright gone to a company and said, I want this game for this console, and just paid them to do that,
Yep.
I don't mind it being exclusive.
No, I don't either. And then you can't see that failing, then, can you?
Yeah.
Because they're getting paid to do it. But when a company comes to you and says, "Look, you got this game in the works. How about you publish it to our thing and you get a share or something like that, or we take a majority share in your game, but you get to produce games for Microsoft." I can see a lot of developers who are going,
yeah, with funding, then I guess that would help.
Yeah, I think it was down to that. I mean, that's the only way to see it. It's a long way in development. Looked pretty finished on E3. I can only see that being it. And then you look at Sony's lineup of games coming out this year. Or you've got the closest one, Horizon Zero Dawn, which is an open world post-apocalyptic adventure, which is looks amazing. I played it at EGX, looks pretty good, plays pretty well. You've got Days Gone, you've got Detroit. Later on in the year, you've got Gran Turismo, Crash Bandicoot, the remastered.
I so want that.
Yeah, 1, 2 and 3 remastered, and then even later on, probably late next year, you've got Last of Us 2. So there's a lot going on for Sony at the moment, exclusive-wise, and there's not a lot coming out of Microsoft pre-E3. There isn't. And we're talking about pre-E3 now in January.
Yeah.
But they will pull out something big.
Random off-topic statement. When was Crash Bandicoot released?
I would
original.
have thought PlayStation 1.
Yeah.
1990 something?
Yeah, definitely.
because Spyro was 92.
98.
No, 98, not 92.
98, along with Half-Life with 98. But yeah, I mean, there's a lot going on for Sony that makes PlayStation a lot more attractive as a console.
Yeah.
And you look at Microsoft, you see the same old faces: Gears of War 4, Left 4 Dead, Dead Rising
Master
4,
Chief.
Halo 5, Guardians.
Yeah.
Again, same as Nintendo, there's nothing new.
Very, very familiar
There
faces.
was, until it got cancelled.
So do you think Nintendo is copying Microsoft?
Not a very good business model to follow, in all faurness, let's be honest.
Yeah, following the wrong one.
It does beg the question, like I said before, exclusives, have they had their day now? As for a developer alone, for a developer, they're thinking, right, why am I going to throw it all in with this lot when I could easily be on everything? Titanfall, the first one, is a good example of that.
Yeah, that's a good point.
Started really well, only on one console, faded away when more exclusives came in. Now it's out on both consoles. Happy days.
But it got funding from Microsoft to make the first one.
Yeah.
Then with the money from that first one, they made the second one. So it's kind of like, well, they did kick them off a bit.
Yeah, I don't have a problem with, really.
Yeah, neither do I.
But there must have been a business decision made where it says, yeah, you can make it for PlayStation 4 as well. You can release it on PlayStation 4.
Yeah.
Or an expiry of a contract or something.
Yeah, potentially. But yeah, Titanfall 2 is great.
Potentially they got something from Microsoft to make this game, and then the conditions
maybe
they made with it.
Microsoft just didn't think they would be making a second one.
Maybe.
That's crazy.
Maybe.
Do you know what game I really want to see a second one for?
What?
Mag.
Yes, PlayStation
Mag
exclusive.
was awesome.
That was Mag was amazing.
Yeah, it was exclusive, and it was
It was
phenomenal.
exclusive.
But it died out.
It died out. Planet Side is another one that was released for free on PlayStation 4, but as soon as other games come out, console fans are a lot more fickle than PC. PC fans, we know, will stick for decades on one game if they like it.
Yeah, definitely.
Console fans are always looking for something new, because again, the console can only hold so many games. Unless you're going to
PC,
build...
I've got a £6 game that I've sunk nearly 1,400
Is that
hours
Awesome
into.
Nauts?
It is Awesome
Yeah.
Nauts, yes.
I've
stopped playing it recently, but I still go back occasionally.
Yeah, but you don't get that sort of dedication unless you release like Call of Duty, a game every year to keep it fresh in the minds. Assassin's Creed did that. Game every year for a good number of years.
A game a year at the moment doesn't work.
No, it doesn't work.
But
you've got to bear in mind,
the last 3 Call of Duties have been utterly bullshit.
but regardless, they've had about 2 or 3 years development on each Call of Duty.
Yeah.
Like the one that's coming out is Sledgehammer again. So Sledgehammer last did Advanced Warfare. Since then, you've had Black Ops 3 and Infinite Warfare. So they've been developing it for 3 years. And judging from what I hear, it's going back to Vietnam, back to basics Call of Duty.
Yeah.
But regardless,
so they're copying.
they're not hot copying. They're giving what fans want.
What have Battlefield just done?
Battlefield have gone back to World War One.
Yeah.
But again, exclusive games, they don't seem to. I don't know. They don't really tap into anything to gauge like public demand.
Yeah.
It's the
It's
developers,
not even
Microsoft
like-
and PlayStation that go, right, what do you think our fans want, or what can you give us that Sony or Microsoft don't have?
It's not even like they're limited by hardware anymore.
No.
Yeah, exactly. They're
Back
pretty
when there
similar.
was PS1 and PS2 and Xbox,
Yeah.
you're limited by the hardware and programming language. It's much more difficult to make.
Sunset Overdrive should have been a good game. Should have been a fun Saints Row style Grand Theft Auto, but it turned into this ludicrous clown of what it should have been.
Sunset Overdrive.
Ori, The Blind Forest, the only game, incidentally, that the 2014 E3 Microsoft conference actually produced.
Out of how many?
Actually came out of
Did they
out of
announce
5.
that?
Out of 5. Crackdown 3 is still
Not that
in
I'm digging
production.
at them or anything.
Oh,
No.
yeah.
Crackdown 3 looks amazing.
The saving grace.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Maybe. But again, a lot of stuff from Sony we're hearing about, but not much from Microsoft pre-E3. It'd be interesting to see what they've got up their sleeve to drive home what makes their console more desirable than Sony's.
More unreleased games?
Either that or their HoloLens.
Yeah.
PlayStation have had their VR release and their PlayStation 4 Pro release to themselves with nothing from Microsoft at all to say this is a like-for-like comparison. They had the Xbox One S that did 4K video entertainment system and the Pro that did 4K gaming. You can't really compare the two unless you're looking at either.
VR is still a very niche market.
It's still a very niche market,
Yeah,
but as soon as you've got to think your competitor has released a VR unit,
Yeah.
you have had they've got no competition from you with that. They've had a VR release before Christmas to themselves, with them offering nothing of the same.
How well did the PlayStation VR do?
Very well.
Yeah.
It sold out of most major retailers.
What was it?
£350. You got the camera, the motion controllers at a discounted price when you bought with
Yeah,
stuff.
because the Vive's like 600-700 quid.
The Vive is
Yeah.
825 if you buy everything that you need, and then you got to have the PC to run it. Same with the VR, PlayStation VR. You got to have the PlayStation 4 to run it, but again, you looked at the VR. It's a very good unit, only on PlayStation.
Yeah.
What makes you go to Microsoft and go, oh, I want to play VR? Microsoft go, well, Oculus on your PC or Vive on your PC. No, I want a console.
Yeah,
Wow.
I'm pretty sure they will release a headset.
They have to. I think.
But I think it's going to adopt the style and like the fitting of the PlayStations, and then it's going to be probably marginally better.
I think it has to be marginally better.
Right.
They've got a history of producing VR. They're Microsoft. They're computers. They know. They should know how to do this.
They
Should.
They should know how to do this. They should make it a major success, along with the Scorpio release as well. PlayStation 4 Pro had its own release. I think the Scorpio this year in November will have its own release and release it with their HoloLens, and that could be a major game changer. Where it could do 4K Blu-ray and gaming, and suddenly you got a VR headset, and I think that could really boost them up.
But still, no scale bound in VR either.
Yeah, we're seeing, but that's raises a really good point. If you've invested in a console because of these games coming out and suddenly they're not released anymore,
Yeah, that's a
you
good
could
fucking
become
point,
disillusioned with what they're with Microsoft or with Sony. If Sony
I
did the
suddenly
same
thought I
thing.
really want to do Subnautica in VR.
Yeah. Oh my god,
be
yeah,
cool.
Subnautica in VR, that would be amazing.
That'd be
I'd be
beautiful.
terrified of that shit.
We're going to touch on Subnautica actually in the next segment.
Mate, coming up against some of those sea monsters in VR. Oh my god.
I've only seen a little bit of it. It looks
It's
incredible,
brilliant game.
No, I don't think I'd play it.
but it's not exclusive to anything. It's on PC
No.
at the moment. Anyone can download it on any PC. You know, it's not on console yet.
Yeah.
But again, we're going to touch on what happens when games like that do become
Yeah,
on
that's
console
in
in
the
the next
next
section. But looking at back to exclusives, studios that have done really well from it, a studio that's done really well from making exclusive games for Sony, Naughty Dog. Uncharted
Just going to
series.
say Naughty Dog.
Uncharted
Yeah.
series undoubtedly one of the most popular game series of all time, and they are looking to branch out
Yeah.
into other genres now, which will be really exciting. So Uncharted 4
Yeah.
obviously was the ending of that particular franchise. I think it was
Still
about
need to
time.
play that.
I think 4's the magic number.
Yeah.
4
Yeah,
is the magic
they are
number.
going to do that spin-off though.
They are going to do a spin-off.
Which, you know, I'm not really complaining about, but I'm also a bit like, okay, it's done though. Let's move
let's
on.
see it.
Spin-offs are fine though.
But,
It's like
yeah.
what I'm worried about the most is Last of Us, for example. and The Last of Us 2. Sequels on such a popular franchise as that. Again, they're probably doing it because everyone wanted one, but I don't like the fact they're going back to Joel and Ellie. I'd like to have the same universe, different story, different characters, maybe integrate them in at some point.
No spoilers, haven't finished that yet. So.
But,
Okay, they all die.
Yeah.
Nah, I'm joking.
Sounds like they can do a sequel when they all die.
Last of Us 2, entire game. Whoops. But
Yeah. I don't know how I feel about Last of Us 2.
I don't know how I feel about exclusives anymore. I mean, it's fine sitting this side of the fence when you've got games coming out for your specific console. But if you're sitting on but honestly, if you're sitting on the other side and you can't really see anything coming out, you must be feeling like, guys,
I've been
you're killing
warped.
us here.
Yeah.
You're killing us here.